Trevor, town where you learned to play rugby at senior level, well not learned, but you spent a lot of time there. You must be had a backman test in Bloem for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's been quite some time. I think I don't think this is where I actually started playing some professional rugby. So very excited to be back and looking forward to this coming weekend.
Trevor, what memories do you have of Bloemfontein as you played for the XCS as well? And do you show your teammates around in Bloem? What do you do in your free time with your teammates in Bloemfontein?
Yeah, I spent some time playing for CUT and 7 years here in Bloemfontein. But when it comes to showing around, I think the more recent guys like your Ox and Joseph, because to me it's quite different from the last time I was here. Even the stadium itself, I get lost sometimes when we're going to the changing room. So yes, there's a lot of different things, but I've got great fond memories of this place. I think I won some junior rugby trophies here with the Cheetahs. So it's a great place for me to come to. It's a bit difficult to breathe when you're running, but it's an awesome place for us to be.
Trevor, we know your Afrikaans was quite good when you were here. Tell us about your French.
Yeah, French is French is a difficult language. I won't lie. Of course, Afrikaans I learned at school, and when I came here, obviously a lot of things were spoken to us in Afrikaans. But French, I won't lie. I understand if you talk rugby in French when the coaches are trying to install things into us. That I get. But the problem is the moment I walk out of that place and the context is completely different. That's when I really get lost. So here and there I can understand a thing or two, but it's I think it's gonna take some time to learn how to speak the language.
Trevor, just on that, how has your rugby education been, for the past 6 months in Paris and stuff? Have you enjoyed it? Have you felt, that the technical intricacies have enriched your game? Just how's the rugby experience been up there in the French capital? Yeah,
definitely. I think Southern Hemisphere rugby and the way we coached down here is completely different, and the way the game is actually officiated is completely different. I think most of the things we do are by the book. We follow a lot of the law and stuff, and when I learned some, I could say, in the very hard way, and some things. And in France, sometimes you just feel like you're on your own and you gotta stand your man. So it's a lot more challenging. It's really physical, week in, week out. It doesn't matter if you're playing the team on top of the log or the team at the bottom. Any day you can take a hiding, and I won't lie, some of those backs up there do really look like forwards. It's really scary. But I think one thing I've learned is to know how to man up and fight your own battles at times, because you really do feel alone. But the physicality of the game they play might be a little bit slower than what we have here, but I promise you, week in, week out, if you're not mentally prepared, you're gonna get hammered.
Yes, ek gaan sommer wegval in Afrikaans. Nou, ek het nou in die oggend het ek gaan soek, dit voel soos 'n ander dag. Daar's jy jou buiging vir die M7's gemaak het. Daar's jy ooit gedink jy gaan hom so vinnig, ek bedoel wees, jy was laas by die Olympics.
Ja. Om eerlik te wees, ek het nooit gedink dit sal so vinnig kom nie. Maar ek is regtig dankbaar vir die geleentheid wat ek gekry het. Van coach Jacques en coach Rashi of so, ja.
Maar ek toe jy het nogal baie geleer ook by die M7's en dit het daar sy loopbaan ook, ek moet sê, baie ontwikkel.
Ja, nee,
definitief. Jy het nou lekker gesels, so ek kon die M7's opskryf hoor.
Ja, nee, definitief. Ek meen die system van die 7's is basies min of meer dieselfde soos hier by die 15 man, so ek het regtig baie geleer. En het is net lekker hier om hier te wees, en ek meen die 7's was ook baie lekker, maar moet sê is nou ander gameplans, so ja.
Ek bedoel, hoe het jy gevoel as daar jy hoor, dis hierdie naweek en so in Italy?
Sure.
So was jy bietjie nervus, het jy hom gehuil?
Ja, nee, ek was nog 'n bietjie nervus, ek is nog steeds nervus, maar ek vat dit maar elke dag soos dit kom. ja, maar ek is nog steeds nervous soos ek sê, ja.
En net laastens hier gaan nou raas met my, ons homself en hulle daarom om geluk wens.
Ja, nee, 'n paar van die jongens het my geluk gewens, ouens soos Roan Nel, ja, van ek meen ons het saam gespeel, paar toernooie. Ja, en ek dink hulle is ook baie soos gelukkig vir my en ja, is lekker om te sien dat ouens wat jy saam gespeel het is happy vir jou om jou Springbok debuut te maak, ja.
Currently, when you first got the call up, did you tap into the mind of someone like Cornwall Hendricks, who's also been through this journey, going from Sevens to Springboks, and many feel that he should still be in the setup?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Obviously, I spoke a lot with Cornwall when we play together there by the Bulls. I mean, he also made his debut, I think, in Bloemfontein. So, yeah.
And you excited about this whole journey?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Can you just talk us about the influence of Chester Williams in your career? He was at varsity, he coached you, and I think came from your same school.
Yeah, we came from the same school. Yeah. I met Chester in 2016. He gave me the opportunity to play for UWC, and I'm still grateful for that. And yeah, he believed in me, and yeah. It was a good thing. Yeah.
Daai duimbesering van jou, jy het die vorige wedstryd of jou beste wedstryde gehad by die Bulls. Daai was al bedek te sien, met 'n bietjie ruskans gekry, jy kon so 'n bietjie herlaai.
Ja, ek het gedog die duimbesering gaan my hierdie geleentheid kos, maar ja, ek is net dankbaar om hier te wees en
Wat jy gehoor
ja.
Kyk, ek wil net hoor hoe berei jy emosioneel voor vir Saterdag en ek het ook vir die vorige twee gevra, het jy enige weird habits of rituals wat jy moet doen voor 'n rugby game of iets wat jou geluk bring?
Nee, nie eintlik, is net om te fokus aan wat ek gedoen het die hele week en om nie te veel druk op myself te plaas nie, ja.
En eet jy, is daar iets wat jy nie voor 'n wedstryd mag eet nie of iets wat jy moet eet persoonlik nou, soos wat eet jy voor 'n wedstryd?
Ek eet eintlik nie veel op 'n wedstryd nie, is maar net ek probeer myself mentally reg kry en ja.
Kyk hier, meneer Arendse, baie geluk, baie welkom by Springbok Rugby.
Baie dankie.
Jy is in 'n bevoordeelde posisie van baie min spelers speel op nasionale vlak by sewens en dan kry jy geleentheid om op 15 man vlak te speel. Het hy al deurgedring na jou toe dat jy op al die vlakke kan speel?
Om eerlik te wees, ek het nooit so gedink aan nie. Elke keer wanneer ek op die veld hardloop is net om my beste te lewer en ja, om die game te geniet.
Soos my kollega gevra het, jy was in Engels kyk Afrikaanse antwoord kry. Jy het geleentheid deur soos jy genoem het deur Chester gekry by UWC, by UWK. Sadly, is Chester nie vandag hier om te sien dat jy nou 'n Springbok wil maak. Dit moet seker maar ek wil nie sê 'n emosionele affære vir jou wees, maar dit was 'n voorreg gewees om saam hom so 'n leerskool te gekry.
Ja, nee, definitief. Ek meen, hy was 'n legende. Ja, en om gebek te word deur Chester Williams is regtig was 'n eer, ja.
Ons sê maar vra, ek kom hier op in dieselfde skool as ek verstaan. En toe gaan nooi om by UWK te kom.
Ons kom nie van dieselfde skool af nie, maar van dieselfde area af, ja. Ek weet ek het nou voorheen gesê, ons kom van dieselfde skool af, maar ja, ons kom van dieselfde area.
Trevor, last week the Welsh tried to get under the skins of the Springboks. How do you deal with that? I'm sure they'll come with it again. Is discipline obviously important, but you got to also fight fire with fire?
Yeah, you know, I think most teams try to do that when it comes to us, but yeah, you can fight fire with fire, but you also must be smart. You don't want to be sent off the field for saying something ridiculous or doing something that's not worthy of the Springbok colours. So for us, it's going to be tough, and we know they're going to try their best to do that. But the only way we know how to do things is to be silent bullies, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We want to inflict pain, we want to inflict our physicality on them. So if they're going to be talking and doing whatever, we'll let them do what they do best, and we will do what we know how to do best.
Were you part of the class of 2018 who played against England here at Bloemfontein in 2018?
Yes, I was part of the class, but unfortunately, I was supposed to start on 3 that weekend, but unfortunately I broke my ribs during the week
Can I ask you,
in training.
my colleagues also ask you your experience here in Bloemfontein. What is your memories of the Toyota Stadium? Is it easy playing around, especially for visiting teams?
No, it's definitely not easy. Yeah, I think with the after Pretoria and Johannesburg, this is probably one of the hardest place to play in. As I said earlier on, it's a bit difficult to breathe down here. It feels dry. It feels like there's not a lot of oxygen. So it's a bit tougher for teams coming here. And even when I played for the Cheetahs back in the years, I felt like it's always tougher for the other teams. And when we play against the guys, that's what they say. And I think that's why we actually gave it the nickname of Begraafplaas. So it's a tough place to come and play.
Hoop julle om die ballers te begrawe hierdie naweek hier op
All I'm hoping for is that all of the guys that are going to be playing, whether you have over 50 caps or less, or starting like Kirtley, is just that the guys enjoy themselves and we do exactly what the coaches have asked us to do. And I think if we manage to do that, then it doesn't matter what the result will be. We just need to stick to perform to what we want. And if we win, you can call it whatever you want to call it. If you want to say it's a begrafenis, then let it be. But for us, it's just to go out there and perform as well as the coaches would like us to.
Trevor, just the fact you say it's dry and it's the air is a bit different. Because a lot gets talked about altitude the whole time and that. Does it surprise you that Wales decided to only come up on Friday?
Hey, they can make. I don't know. Maybe they felt that up there in Joburg, or whether they were in Pretoria or whatever, the altitude will help with the training or whatever. But from my experience, it's a different ball game when you're down here. So them coming, it's their own decision. They looked at things the way they want to look at it. But for us, we knew we know Bloem. We're South Africans. We know how it is, and it was our coaches and management decided to bring us down earlier. So I can't say I'm might surprised with what they do, and I won't lie to you. I wasn't even sure. I didn't even know until you mentioned it to me. So we just concentrated on what we needed to do and try to make sure that when Saturday comes, we'll be well conditioned for it and we'll be able to execute what we need to execute.
Last question. Ja, ek wil asseblief. Ek wil as jy die normale is onder 18 en 'n junior op die Kirtley. Ek wil hê daar is jy op 'n ons het gevoel dit gaan nooit 'n bok word nie, of dit is nie vir my bestem nie. En hoe jy jouself om aan te gaan en daar's 'n DRM7's en so aan.
Ja, daar was 'n stadium wat ek wou opgegee het in my rugby carrière, maar dan het ek net elke keer ouens soos Cheslin of Geo na hulle gekyk en gesê wat as hulle dit kan doen, kan ek dit ook doen, en dit het my elke keer net gemotiveer om aan te hou en aanhou klop aan die deur en ja.
Sien ek net 'n Afrikaans question.
Laaste vraag asseblief, guys.
What?
Asseblief.
You will answer.
I'll ask him an easier question. Very last.
Kan ek vra net, hoe voel dit jou ervaring hier in Bloemfontein en wat verwag jy van die twee spanne hierdie naweek op die Toyota Stadium nie?
Yes, het voel great om terug te wees en van al twee spanne, ek dink dit gaan 'n baie harde wedstryd wees, maar ek dink al twee spanne ons gaan uitkom en almal gaan swaai en ons gaan sien wie gaan rakslaan, maar dit gaan 'n tawwe wedstryd wees en ek dink mense sal dit kan baie geniet en ek dink dit gaan baie fisies wees, maar ek kan nie wag vir dit nie. Ek dink die ouens is voorberei. Ek dink hulle is ook seker voorberei en ons almal kan nie wag vir Saterdag hier om te sien hoe die skote gaan klap.
Trevor, absolute last.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, guys.